Around 4 p.m., I had a filet-o-fish and a double quarter pounder with cheese bacon with a shamrock shake. All of it from McDonald's, which we went to after we went grocery shopping at Wegmans because I went in myself with some money I was given to get a new gallon of whole milk and some phenomenal full bowls. I got a total of 4. 2 chicken, 2 beef. After an employee helped me find them, I initially looked in the Asian section of, if I recall, row 16 of the supermarket, since that around those rows are where they put the international inspired groceries, such as from India, Asia, even though India is part of Asia. But the food from India is different from the food from Vietnam. And the European inspired groceries, although it turned out they had moved the phenomenal full bowls to the soups row. The row that has part of its space dedicated to soups, but it wasn't with the usual soups. I first went to the Asian section, then to the soup section. But because this was my first time getting those phenomenal full bowls, and myself, like when I looked at the soup section, I initially couldn't find them. So yeah, I got help from an employee to help me find the phenomenal full bowls. And then after that bit of grocery shopping, I recall getting the phenomenal full bowls and then the whole gallon of whole milk. It all fit within one reusable bag, though I carry only the phenomenal full bowls were put in that bag. And I carried the milk gallon in the other hand. I recall this one the right hand because obviously the milk gallon is much heavier than even all four phenomenal full bowls combined. And then Mom drove to McDonald's because that McDonald's is practically part of that Wegmans with how close it is. Even though a fast food place and a supermarket are two inherently different establishments. Yeah, that's just my best way of describing how they were right next to each other. Yeah, there was a considerable line at the drive-thru. Because the month of March is when McDonald's has the seasonal item Shamrock Shake. My mom went there partially because they had Shamrock Shakes. I think that was the primary reason she went there, aside from the fact that at the time we stood to get a considerable snowstorm. There were reports of about 8 inches of snow, something like that. This was all from 3 to 3:30 p.m. roughly. Though probably more like 3:30 to 4 p.m. to better fit with the time I had that filet of fish, and that double quarter pounder with cheese. I recall for roughly $30. It was $30.05 exactly. We got 2 Shamrock Shakes, 2 cheeseburgers, I think either 1 or 2 filet-o-fish sandwiches, and that double quarter pounder cheese bacon sandwich. The bacon, it was an extra charge. And at the time I ate the filet-o-fish and double quarter pounder, the thought you could add bacon to any sandwich made me wonder, what if I added bacon to a filet-o-fish? I found myself liking the filet-o-fish slightly more than the double quarter pounder. Yeah, I recall getting up for today around 1:30 in the afternoon. after waking myself up around 3:30 in the morning, then going back to bed around 7 at the earliest and 8 at the latest. Last night, in the hours since, I did some work on the current Hispanic woman polystyrene drawing project. And that snowstorm ended up coming starting at around 6:30 p.m. And all these hours later, the snow is still coming down, although it tends to be a mix between snow and rain over all of these hours. Throughout the day, I tried to get the previous daily exclusive of essentially a new copy of Alumni Ships, that building. Primarily during the morning hours. And then a little bit more during the late afternoon, and then the early night hours. Completing a few or more task sets along the way, but ultimately I wasn't successful, but I did get some pretty good items, such as some runes for some ancient wonders, such as this one. I still have that goal of building every single ancient wonder in my city in Elvenar. Though in order to do that, I might have to, at one point or another, get rid of some stuff to make room. There's only so many city expansions available, and some of them are premium, meaning you have to use diamonds in order to get them. And the next one is going to cost 2,000 diamonds, of which I've only got a quarter of that amount. Here's the dialogue. You can pause the video to read it if you want. When I was trying to get the Alumni Ships daily exclusive, I bought this pack over and over again, so I would always have enough shovels while still getting a bulk discount. I find myself using the shovels a whole lot more than the bottled wind or the vacuum vial since the shovels are so much more versatile than the other excavation tools. It was a part of my way of trying to use the tools as efficiently as possible. Ultimately, I'm not quite sure if I got the best tool pack deals. Ultimately, at some point, I activated this research technology as part of completing an earlier task set. And here's where I am currently on the research tree.